Yes, and good morning, Dr. Bob Flower, Robert J. Here for the Master Pattern Report for Monday, July 19th. Okay, here we go. Well, last week we mentioned all the oil moves on the 14th and the 16th and what ended up happening. Well, from the 13th to the 14th, there was a 3% up move. And then from the 14th to the 16th, there was a reverse move, which was actually a little over 3% down as well. Not bad, huh? We also mentioned those dates relating to the S&P last week. And we all know the 14th was an S&P high, and the 16th was, of course, Friday, a huge down move. Master Pattern strikes again, folks. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. This week we see a move in the S&P on Friday the 23rd. While silver silver looks weak at this time, as does gold, by the way. There looks like a silver reversal on the 23rd, which is Friday. So keep an eye on that. But we're not short. We're not long silver. If it manages to drop down below 17, we will be committing some funds to it. We're not quite ready yet. The most troublesome move that we're seeing in sort of like a medium term are interest rates. Interest rates seem like they're starting to build up some momentum here. I mean, that's easy enough to relate to. We see competition for borrowing funds worldwide intensifying. Hence, this is going to cause a move upwards of interest rates as people from other countries start to, like Greece, for instance, start to compete for worldwide funds. So watch out for this. It will be the killer move. You can bet your life on it. By the way, we see our predictions are now being followed by some of the big guys. In the Drudge Report, there was a call there by Daryl Guppy, who claims that we are looking at a 7,500 S&P before the end of the year, which is something that we called for back in December, if you recall. And by the way, his call is based on the same thing as ours, cycles and patterns. Of course, we're using the Master Pattern, which is vastly superior to any other system. Surprise! Okay, and other news, another confiscatory government move has become evident in England. The confiscation of dormant bank accounts. They're moving in on accounts that have not had any activity over a certain period of time, just simply taking them over. But that's not only in England. Just recently, my wife and I received a notice from HSBC, which happens to be an English bank, that one of our checking accounts, is being considered as dormant, and that if there isn't further activity or a notice to explain the situation, they will be making a move to close and confiscate the account. Now, the account has a considerable amount of money in it, and it's a checking account, and it's being used as an automatic withdrawal for a small mortgage that we have on our Scottsdale, Arizona home. Now, watch out, folks. Watch out. You know, the problem here is that even if they're wrong and you're right and they do this, how do you think you're going to fare in getting your money back? So this is something to be concerned about, especially people that have some the wealth about them, or people who are just not using their account. Be careful. This is getting dangerous, folks. These nuts are hard at work. Now, about the stock market. I gave a speech recently at a service club luncheon. The question arose about the stock market. My recommendation: stay out. It's almost as corrupt as the government. I'm investing in hard assets, including real estate, even though we may see prices go lower. If you choose right, you'll be fine. Stay out of these liberal-oriented cities where the courts and agencies will kill you on rules and regulations and tenants' rights and things of this sort. And I'm not against tenants' rights, but I'm against abuses of tenants and landlord rights. That's what I'm concerned about. And strictly speaking, as an investor, I'm not interested in going into those areas. They're not. They're unsafe so far as putting your money in. Now, last week we also mentioned that some of our watchers had discussed methane gas in the Gulf spill. This week, the news is a deep concern for this situation. This can be a major climate change factor as methane depletes the atmosphere of oxygen. We'll have to monitor lung illnesses in particular in that region, and God knows what kind of damage it's doing to the not only to the ocean itself and to the ecology, but to the fish and the wildlife. I mean, we should be seeing, if this is as dangerous as they say it is, and they're saying it's 1,000,000 times over toxic levels. That's huge. This can be a very, very serious problem. Shades of 2012? No. Okay. What else? We're looking at some big danger ahead very shortly. Strikes, shortages, and even riots caused by unions. The government is bent towards unions, and this is giving them the courage and the power to hold their ground and demand more. I know in my own home area in Yonkers, New York, the unions are taking control of the government more. And this is not good for citizens. It's certainly not good for freedom, which is almost a bygone word today. All right, some announcements. Don't forget, those of you in the New York area, we are filming a 3-part series of our new cable television show, Potential Profiles of the Famous and Influential. Next Friday, the following Friday, the 30th, July 30th, from 10 to 1 at the Bronxville Library. You have to call for reservations for tickets. Tickets are free, but you have to call for reservations because we are filling up, and there's a limited seating. And we'd love to see you. It's a participation. It's an audience participation thing. We'll be profiling President Obama as well as political correctness for the 3 shows. We have a guest host from the Advocate radio show, Rich Garfunkel. So we're looking forward to seeing you there and your participation in the show. For this week, stay out of the heat, man. Stay cool. Keep your powder dry. Don't let them get to you. Watch out. Be aware. Change your way of thinking from the things that are bothering you to the things that should be bothering you. Have a good week.